What's up guys, today I explain you Dragon Ball, which Bardock was better the new or the old one. One major difference to highlight between the early Bardock and the new Bardock is that the early Bardock had a lot more brutality and Saiyan-like behavior going for him. We first see him working alongside other Saiyans while they destroy another innocent planet and conquer it, much like how Frieza sends the Saiyans to do, although Bardock simply talks about it as if it was just another job. This serves to highlight the fact that while Bardock is loyal to his Saiyan squad, Bardock also doesn't have the same moral sensibilities as that of his son Goku, making him incredibly brutal in his actions. This shows especially during the final few moments against Bardock in his fight against the Frieza soldiers, where he brutalizes them on his way to confront the tyrant Frieza. Even with this brutality, a major part of what made this Bardock iconic to many fans is that he doesn't follow the archetype that was popular at the time. A genius scientist sending his alien son to Earth, Bardock isn't. In fact, this Bardock was just a simple warrior who had premonitions and fought for his race when he realized he, along with his race, were going to be wiped out on a whim. However, there was a simple sense of pride that Bardock had for his son, Kakarot, especially when the final vision showed Goku facing off Frieza, which put a smirk on Bardock's face even as he died. This simple approach to his backstory and character made Bardock very iconic to a huge portion of the fanbase, and it let them connect to him when they realized he was less of a paragon of virtue compared to Goku, allowing to portray the message that sons may be very different from their own fathers, one that is proven and popular among many fans of Dragon Ball. However, there is a good point to be made as well when considering the Bardock we have now in Super, who was first introduced in Dragon Ball -. This Bardock may still be a lower-class warrior, as well as have a different design and perspective, although he seems to be much more of a family man to his wife Jine, and especially his son Kakarot. In fact, the major difference between this Bardock and the other one is that new Bardock sent his son away personally to Earth, watching him and wishing him to be in good health and safe from Frieza's clutches. This is highly reminiscent to Superman's origin story, and a lot of people seem to take issue with that approach. However, at the same time, many people enjoyed this version of Bardock due to his empathy and remaining rebellious and attempting to fight Frieza all the same. There are a lot of people who sometimes think that the parallels with Superman's backstory make Bardock a bit less interesting, as well as too typical and not as unique. While that may not be wrong, new Bardock has a lot of advantages that the old Bardock doesn't have. For one, a canon backstory, as well as a more family presence considering his care for his son and wife Jine. However, at the same time, old Bardock has his own advantages in this case. He is more memorable, has had, generally in a lot more fights and had a close dynamic with his allies that we don't see often in Dragon Ball. It's possible that the new Bardock may be a better change in the long run, and considering he is canon at the moment, Dragon Ball might be better off for it as a result of the story. After all, new Bardock is also the only Bardock where Goku has a reference and learns his heritage even more.